Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the stage for the grand finals of the DreamHack Open Summer 2015. The main lurker and clutch player with a villainous reputation. JW, the most unpredictable elite AWPer. Famous in-game leader, he reads the map incredibly well. Of course, it's Pronax. Currently considered the best player in the world, it's Olofmeister. And last but definitely not least, the most efficient player in the game, it's Crims. The new addition to Na'Vi, the lurker, the clutcher, efficient, it's Flamey. Edward, a fearless player with devastating pistols. The most cunning and stable in-game leader, it's Zeus. Maybe the best AWPer in the world right now, it's, of course, Guardian. An incredibly smart late-round player that can also entry, it's Seized. All right, guys. It's time for our pre-match interview here for the grand finals. It's going to be a hell of a game. First things first, Guardian, you're going to be playing against Fnatic. They are considered the best team in the world. So consistent. What are your expectations going to this one?
Of course, it's going to be a hard game, and we have to be confident enough to beat them, but it will be a hard task for us.
JW, I mean, I'm sure you're used to Na'Vi, their style. What kind of plays can we expect from your team? Are you just going to play a regular game, or do you have something saved for Na'Vi?
Of course, we have like some things planned going into the match, but we're going to play our game, and hopefully that will win us the game.
Okay, Guardian. Who's the better AWPer, you or JW?
JW.
All right, that's a little bit of a surprising answer. JW, please don't say Guardian.
JW? Guardian.
There we go, all right. So guys, I want to just get quick predictions because you can just feel the tension around. The crowd are super hyped. We need to get into this game right away. So Guardian, give me your predictions.
2-1 Na'Vi.
All right, so close game. JW?
2-0 for Sweden.
All right, there we go, 2-0 for Sweden. That seems to make Sweden pretty happy. All right, guys, give yourselves a handshake, and we're going to send it straight back to the studio.
enjoy that, Dan. Ask him predictions. Keep it up, mate.
2-1 to Fnatic, said Guardian.
Yeah. Imagine that, like. So anyway, you can hear the crowd are getting hyped. So we won't drag this out too much, but let's talk a little bit about Mirage, and then we'll get into it. So you can see Na'Vi in the huddle there. This can be a good map for Na'Vi. You picked Na'Vi to win the whole tournament, Anders.
Can I do predictions now?
So let's do it.
All right, well, since everyone else is going to pick Fnatic, and that means we'll all agree and no one will have anyone to boo at the end, I'm gonna be the guy to take the hit here and continue. I think Na'Vi are going to win Mirage, and they're going to lose Train and then win Inferno.
I'm going to remember that whole speech if Na'Vi wins, where you're like, since it's just because everyone bet Fnatic, I guess I'll only pick Na'Vi for that reason. And then you're like, I predicted Na'Vi would win this series. Like, hedging the old bets there, Anders.
I win either way here.
Well, let's just rewind, actually, and what we'll do is we'll take a look at Fnatic first, and then we'll talk about Na'Vi some more. They're more of the unknown quantity. So I'll let you do this, Emily. You can see here they are, walking to another victory, perhaps.
Yeah, man. Total ballers, all of them. And the new coach in the middle, actually, Vugo, just to point that out as well. Not Devil Walk.
No. It's a bit weird. It's taken some getting used to seeing that, but
yeah, it is.
One of the things the players did tell us was that actually Vugo was like an analyst for the team before, and he was instrumental in their success as far as they were concerned. Anyway, all the players have a lot of respect for him. He's not like some new kid on the block. So.
Yeah, no, Katowice, he had a big play. Actually, Fnatic was one of the better equipped teams going into that tournament. I think they had like 3 or 4 analysts working around the clock, analyzing demos, watching all the matches, getting all that information to feed it into Pronax essentially. So Vugo was one of those analysts. He had a big part to play there, and so it makes sense to pick him up as a replacement for Devil Walk. You know, Devil Walk, of course, with this team since the very beginning. Of course, he would know all the ins and outs, but Vugo seems like a solid choice there. So I'm glad to see that he's there, standing at their backs, and we'll see if he can keep them cool. Because that was one thing that Devil Walk did mention, or that was mentioned by Olafmeister, I believe, in an interview, where Devil Walk is able to come in and keep the team focused, calm down in these tense situations. And, you know, I think that's a good thing as well when Olafmeister's putting his fist through tables.
I was just going to say, Vugo failed on that front. Now we can get back to you. Now we can talk about Na'Vi. So come on, Anders. Set yourself up as the villain of this piece before Thorin tops you.
All right, in a perfect world for me, the best version of Na'Vi right now is one where Guardian goes completely crazy, and the follow-up sort of star players in this team are going to be Flamey and Edward, with Zeus doing the calling and some utility play, and Siege doing mainly utility play or support play if you want to do that. That should be the optimal version. Now, the version of Na'Vi we've actually seen this tournament hasn't been that. It's been actually Zeus been playing really well this tournament in the fragging department as well. So, in my opinion, the whole team is lacking some sort of balance. Like the people who are supposed to be doing some roles just aren't doing them. But yes, in a perfect world, that's the Na'Vi I want to see in this grand finals.
And Duncan as well, you talk a little bit about Na'Vi for us. You know, I mean, I know you're not 100% sold on them just yet as being a proper, you know, a team that can really challenge the very best, but, you know, that you watched them dismantle Titan. Did they win you over a little bit?
Titan's very different than Fnatic.
Obviously,
that's the thing,
yes.
So the problem is, when I think back, so Fnatic have been in so many finals with this lineup. The only time Fnatic tends to lose finals is if the team that they're facing just plays like some of the best CS ever. The only time I can think of that they lost when that maybe didn't happen was the most recent ESEA final, where one of the contingency factors was Season was involved, and that's not a map anyone plays.
Yeah.
So aside from that, okay, teams like TSM when they're winning, obviously we had, let me think, who else did they lose to? Oh, NiP, obviously the original ESL1 Cologne, that was a legendary performance. More recently, yeah, it's TSM both times. So they only tend to lose if it's like you play not only above your own level, but like maybe the best game you've ever played in the final. So can Na'Vi get to that level? I haven't seen it so far. Like they had an excellent performance the one tournament they won, EPL Winter, but unfortunately that came kind of on the back of underperformances by other teams. Like Envious didn't play that great. Titan fell apart in the final. So it was hard to look at that and go, okay, that's just Titans. They've reached the level of the Enviouses, the Fnacs of this world. So if they were to win this final, then, okay, that would herald to me, maybe Na'Vi's gone above and beyond anything I've seen before. So maybe that's a possibility. But from what I've seen, I wouldn't expect it.
Okay, so we're getting ready, guys. This is going to be a crazy one. I still think there's going to be some twists and turns in this one. I'm not feeling this 2-0 from Fnatic. I don't know, there's just been something off about them lately.
I like the part where they lost 0 maps and cruised to the final.
Yeah.
And, that part, yeah.
Yeah, that part, yeah. But, you know, I've seen him at a few tournaments in a run, you know. You've been busy doing your videos in hotel rooms with your chest there out and all of that stuff, you know. I don't know.
Okay,
I can see Na'Vi getting them
I'm
out.
on your side now, Rich.
Thanks.
Since you keep bringing up all these times Fnatic's lost, if it turns out that when Na'Vi went behind the curtains, TSM was waiting there, put on the Na'Vi jersey, he's got those masks out of Game of Thrones, and then they came out like, I am Flamey, not Device, and then if they reckon, they're like they did at Fragbite, then I reckon they could win. No
spoilers. No, but they did actually play a close series against Fnatic, and they were disappointed. Then Na'Vi went on to play a close series against TSM, and were also disappointed with that. Yes, they ultimately lost the game, but for me, they had been showing signs of progression and getting into that elite
they
level
play
team.
everyone close. That's why I said even in the series, they can play them close on the maps. It's can they win? That's why I'm kind of uncertain right now.
Okay, so predictions, you're still saying 2-0 for Fnatic. That's not going to change.
It's not going to be like 16-1 or something, though. I think, listen, Na'Vi could get 9 or 10 rounds on all these maps, but I don't think they'll win. 2-0 Fnatic.
You guys, I'll bring you in, Sam. You've been quiet on the end. You've been sitting out of it, so I'm gonna let's get you in. Let's get you incriminated. So yeah.
No, I don't think there's going to be any kind of incrimination happening. I think it's 2-0 Fnatic as well. Straight up. No, I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen any weakness in the lineup throughout this tournament. I thought perhaps they could hit a bump in the road versus NIP. That didn't happen. It was a bit of a close call at the end, but even in that second map, it never really felt like Fnatic were in danger, right? Sometimes you get that feeling where, okay, they're losing it and this overtime is going to happen. Never got that feeling, that gut feeling with Fnatic. Fnatic always felt like, okay, it's going to get to the 30th round and they're just going to close it out. And lo and behold, that's what happens, right? So I still think that Fnatic are the dominant team in the scene right now, that they are, you know, barring TSM, impossible to beat for anybody else. So I give them the final 2-0.
Okay, and Anders, I'll get to a few more thoughts about you. I mean, obviously, you are flying the Ukrainian flag here.
I am the only one, apparently.
Yes.
I think Mirage is a really good map for Na'Vi still, but obviously it is for Fnatic too. Train, I really don't know. I actually think Na'Vi played Train a little bit better than Nip do, and Nip almost brought it to overtime. So it's really hard to do like to just transfer the logic over from that. That's not necessarily meaning that it's going to be the same thing again. Who knows how Train really is going to play out? But yeah, I'm going to stick with my 2-1, and I think actually Na'Vi could definitely beat Fnatic on Inferno. I think they're a bit sort of sketchy on that right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think that's why I think I can definitely see Na'Vi getting a map. I could believe that. There's something about that, the picks there, you know. Na'Vi are they're good on all of those maps. And, yeah, obviously Fnatic are, but the Fnatic are good on every map. You know?
Yeah, the only team that we've seen that's been able to force Fnatic to play safe is TSM. And again, you know, it's just like going back to Thor's joke, essentially. You know, I don't see TSM, you know, sitting behind those chairs. Fnatic have no reason to be afraid right now. And so that's going to allow for JW to play aggressive. That's going to allow for Olaf and Crims, if it makes it to Inferno, to just dominate on B site, and for the rest of them to just put it this way.
Let's imagine you're somebody who thinks, oh, Na'Vi's going to win, or I have a feeling they're going to win. Okay, well, they've had all these tournaments in the past. Why didn't they win any of those? They won one. Why didn't they get to the finals of other tournaments? That didn't happen. So there's a reason why it hasn't happened. So unless someone can give me a new factor, a new X component, like, oh, this has changed, I have no reason to be.
You don't believe teams can, you know, naturally progress?
I haven't seen any reason, though. I haven't heard anyone give me a reason yet.
Well, all right. What do you think of the development of, for example, Flamey? Someone
Well,
that
he's
you
just
know
the
quite
same
well.
pretty much as I saw in the last few tournaments.
You don't think he's
He wasn't dominating against Titan.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Okay, well, we will see if you're right. I mean, I'm not saying I don't think Na'Vi are going to win. Like I said, I think they can take a map here. So, Anders, you are alone. I'm leaving you all alone.
Does anyone in the crowd actually want to see Na'Vi win this? There you go, mate.
You've set him off now.
That was lag.
Yeah. Lots of Na'Vi fans. Anyway, look, we're ready for the game, Duncan. Thanks for your thoughts, mate. Thanks for getting this crowd hyped. You are a hype man. There you are. You're like the Flavor Flav. You're living the dream. It's a perfect day for Counter-Strike. Here we are in the finals of DreamHack. 2 elite teams. The best team in the world involved, Fnatic, a home team. And, of course, we have got the premier CSGO casting duo of Anders and Semler. Let's get into this final. Take it away, boys.
I do believe Flavor Flav is in Public Enemies. That's a really good reference to Thorin right there. I like that part. Smart, very smart, Richard. Now, Fnatic versus Na'Vi. It's the grand finals. Make some noise, DreamHack!
They've been making noise for like half an hour now, man. These guys have got that energy. We're going into this final.
It's incredible. Like 15 minutes early, they were out here banging those sticks and just going absolutely mad with it. Mirage as the first map. Semler, are you feeling ready as well?
Oh yeah, dude. Man, I'm feeling ready for the Swedish domination. It's the return of the Vikings, and they've got some work to do. And Na'Vi, Na'Vi, they are definitely going to be needing a strong start here if they want to take on Fnatic. They need to bop them in the nose early, basically, Anders. They need to start unsettling Fnatic. But Fnatic, no, they might get that opportunity because Fnatic will be starting on the T side. Straight into the pistol, no time wasted, no knife round here. It's already been determined. Fnatic will be on the offense, Na'Vi on the defense, and just a brawl here. Kevlar all over the place.
Yeah, Pronax has one smoke grenade, which they can definitely use to block off, and I'm not sure if it's going to be CT spawn. Actually, I imagine they might run CT spawn here instead, but try and block off part of the jungle, because one smoke down there, they could go either way, and I love the idea of taking over CT spawn if you're on that terrorist side. Nice opening, and that's going to be Olofmeister. They've got the Tech 9 armor combo on him as well, which is tried and true. Flamey going to take a return kill swap. Guardian goes down, and is still going to be an advantage here for the Fnatic team. They're a man up, and now Flamey very low on health. That's what it looks like. He's about to drop it in the middle. C's taking a long fight, but he's going to be alone, and Fnatic definitely going to win this round. That's Olofmeister with the last kill, and a very, very decent start here for the home team.
And well, just so you guys aren't surprised when you hear his voice, Threat has actually joined us up here on the desk as well, so it's going to be 3 of us bringing you the action tonight.
Yeah, awesome pistol there from Olofmeister, just going underground, getting that entry kill with that Tech 9, just great play there.
Yeah, so that sets it up, and what needed to happen there for Na'Vi just did not pan out. Olofmeister, the raid boss with that Tech 9 Kevlar play, just managed to walk all over them essentially, and from there on out, Fnatic get the start that they wished for. So they'll get the guns going into this next round, and now we get to see what Na'Vi, the option is for them. They can go for the force buy with the Kevlar, or they can elect to try and save money to get Guardian that AWP earlier on here in the half.
See how they are gonna evolve here. Just second round in, still very early on. C's actually the one to pick up a scout, so not going to be Guardian because he has the Deagle, and I'm not going to be opposed to that. We've seen some of Guardian's Deagle action earlier in this tournament. I think there are a couple of highlight reels out there, and look at Fnatic on the other hand. They've got 1 AK, and then otherwise it's SMGs, 2, 3 of them, and a Tech 9, and already seized with a good headshot there. Going to be taking down JW. That's a very fine start.
It's going to set it up quite nicely here, you're right.
Oh, they're flanking him. Look at this, up in the apartments. I think it's Edward coming up from behind, looking for the shot. Oh, Olofmeister turns around! Oh no, Edward gives it away!
And that's why you don't wait. That's why you don't wait.
He wanted to see if there was more people there.
Yeah, of course. And that time it just doesn't pan out. So Olofmeister will strike, well, fear in the heart of Na'Vi. They've taken down the Fearless Admiral, and now it's going to be a rotation coming out from Fnatic towards that B site. They might figure that the defense has been weakened. Edward usually plays short for Na'Vi, so that's something to keep in mind here for Fnatic.
Seized here in the position that is so popular for the scout headshot. He's going to have to get one as well, otherwise it's going to be too late. Going to make the jump one more time. Does tag up Olofmeister, goes again, and next in line Pronax. One more jump, and Pronax is going to be down. And then they finally drop him, but then Guardian comes into play here with a Deagle, looking for one of those headshots. He's going to get grenaded down. Solid work from Fnatic here, bringing it back, not giving it up easily. Flamey going to go down too, and Zeus, well, he's just too far away to make an impact on this round, even with the stolen Mag 10. It's hard to put that into play here. And Zeus just going to be waiting around, probably looking for some sort of exit frag, but even if he gets it here, probably won't change the outcome. They're on threat. That was a scary round right there. Fnatic could have maybe lost this.
Yeah, Cis actually got that entry kill with that scout, and very disciplined play there from Fnatic, not going into panic mode, just covering, just going back towards the B house and just going for that B push. Even though Cis got 3 more tags, they still managed to win the round. So just solid play there from Fnatic.
That's what makes it so very scary with that scout. That position right there, you can do so much damage with it, and then it puts it within kill range. That's where you kind of wish the Guardian had more than a Deagle. You wish that he had a 5-7, where you could just kind of spray some bullets, because they're all so very low after that scout damage. They could have very well turned it around there. Also, something to note is that Na'Vi, well, Zeus doesn't get the kill with the Mac 10 at the end. He goes with a CZ75, so he actually takes a bit of a hit in economy there.
That third scout shot must have been so close to tagging 2 people as well. Yeah. We need that in like ultra 3000 FPS slow motion almost, but I think Edward's play there, even though it looked a bit silly, I think it's actually a way of saying, if there's 2 people, I might actually be able to win the round right now for us. Obviously, it looks a bit silly when it doesn't work, but I think it's like it's a calculation. It's not just him like getting scared under the pressure of a grand finals or anything. Flamey Zeus going down early on here, and JW actually going to get only the 1 kill. Pronax and Fletcher helping out. And Edward, who's tagged up as Edward. Wow, I like that. You know, maybe a bit of shout out to the Swedish community who do like adding WoW to their names.
Yeah, it's the thing that Forrest started with back in the days, and flawless round there for Fnatic. So building up their back there.
I mean, JW's name is literally, Jesper Wow. So I guess there's something going on there.
I think there's a bit of a nod, right? I think there's a bit of a nod happening. But now it gets interesting. Now we have the buy round coming up here for Na'Vi, and Guardian will have that AWP. So we'll look to see where he decides to take it. He might actually drop into underpass early here because he's going to have support from Connector fairly soon with Zeus. Doesn't decide to go aggressive, but it might hang around a little bit longer here. Actually, he's on short. This is a total change coming in here for Na'Vi as far as the setup is concerned.
Na'Vi's actually playing defensive on B straight away, not going for that jumping on the B side.
That opens it up for Crims. The smoke goes down to block off top Connector. Zeus will fall to Crims as well. Double kill coming in for Crims. Edward drops out of the sky, though, on top of Pronax, and he's going to pick that kill up, bringing it back, and he gets a double instant headshot. What a trade of frags early on to start things here.
And then JW literally just runs in with a scout and kills him with a headshot. That's completely ridiculous. That you can't even think to do that. And he looks like it was calculated and planned, and just he was ready to do that from the beginning of the round.
Yeah, that's the only way JW survives in that position, that he gets that headshot. If he just tags him, he's just going to go down after.
Any other player, I'm almost 100% sure, would have said, okay, to give myself a chance, I'll at least pull out my pistol and try with that instead. That would have been 99 out of 100 players would have done that instead. JW might be the only one to ever try and do something like that. Now they are going to move forward into the bomb side. Here's a 2v3. Now you've got to play this really well in a swift rotation. A smart play, but Fnatic are just going to simply wrap around and kill Seized. Flamey to go down as well. And we have to point out, and this is important, that position from where Crims got the first 2 kills, he is an absolute specialist at playing top connector. And I don't even know how he can really be a specialist at that, because normally it takes quite a lot of effort to even get into that position, but somehow Crims has just mastered it, and it's really scary. Also, just a small side note here is the fact that Olofmeister is 8-0-0.
And that's something I definitely want to point out. I mean, we're starting to see more and more of that smoke that goes off the block off the top of Connector and open things up. Well, right now, it's basically a complete and utter slaughter here. Flushed with the double headshot, and Pronax picking up a kill with the HE. But this is an anti-eco situation here for Fnatic, so we expect to see these kinds of results. We expect them to basically wipe out Na'Vi. Although Flamey with the Deagle, also pretty competent with it. He could get some damage done, although it's not going to happen this time. Olofmeister will find him, and Guardian now the last man alive. One thing that is key here is that Fnatic are pretty much on a 5-0 lead on T-side Mirage, and this is still a very healthy CT-sided map. So, Seized, what do you make of this this start here for your Swedish compatriots?
Yeah, they're probably just going to go for a...
Did I just call you Seized?
Yeah, just
Sorry,
call me Seized.
Sorry, Threat.
They're going to go for a default hero game when they go 2 people underground. The position which Anna was talking about, Crims, just going up underground, going into that connector area and just getting the enter-frags. The question is, will Na'Vi be able to answer this? Usually you can see people going aggressive short, trying to throw down Molos just to delay them. And let's see what they try to do to answer that here.
I mean, we're hyping up Olofmeister, and Guardian on the hasn't killed anyone yet. And he has got the AWP, so he has to make an impact. It's a big investment for the CIS team. They're going to have to go massive with this weapon. Otherwise, it's not worth the investment. They do need Guardian. That was one of the sort of requirements that we were all pointing out in the pre-show. Guardian has to go mad, and Edward instead is going to open up and take down Pronax. He's playing Connector this time, and that's a bit surprising actually, but a great start here for Na'Vi. Now they just have to follow up on it, and it's going to be a flashbang out from Flamey. Perfectly timed, takes one, keeps spraying, gets a second one. Flamey doing work right now, and Fnatic are crippled at the moment. Triple kill. Flamey turns around. It's going to be Guardian to get the kill, but that's a very nice triple kill. A lot of control and some great counter flashes coming out. Not
a single kill for Fnatic that round, and Fnatic didn't get the bomb down, so excellent round there for Na'Vi, who finally is able to build up some kind of bank.
That is such a nasty pop. Pop flash as well, real tough to turn away from. Works so often. You really do kind of wish you saw Shadow players go for it more often as well, but there you go. Flamey manages to make it work and look beautiful as well. Fnatic now finally having to tap into that bank that they've established so far throughout the beginning of this half, and this time around, Flusha not interested in taking any time at all, going for the scrimmy play, and Guardian gets tagged as well by JW from Palace. Zeus in jungle, though, will try and patch things up. As the rotation comes out, Guardian going to change up and try and get into CT fairly quickly here, but Fnatic do have quite an advantage now going into the rest of this round.
Well, it's going to be Zeus with a bit of a refrag there on Olofmeister, so good comeback into the round, but they still have 3 members of that are very low on the Na'Vi side. JW there, going to be dropped down to 46. I think that must have been a grenade. Bomb is currently somewhere up in the B hallways. Guardian going to pick up a kill, but Seized, he might be able to work a miracle here. He's going to walk up right behind them at about 55 seconds. And I'm not sure if Fnatic have heard this yet. Crowd is better be real silent right now. Seized going to bet into position. Looks for more kills. He's only going to spot the one, and then he has to do it. But exactly the same as what Edward tried to do there. Also, Pronax very low on health, and Seized is going to run in. What a great flank. That might be a round win right there. JW alone in a 1v4. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Fnatic wouldn't have run away with this.
Yeah, it's those kinds of weird plays that are basically going to save Navi's bacon here. If they play it straight up, Fnatic are just going to just beat them up, basically. So they need to kind of come up with these kind of, well, unpredictable plays that really you cannot predict. But unpredictable plays that cannot be predicted, essentially.
JW opting to save that up in this position, and maybe he should actually try to go for the kills. I mean, Fnatic still will be able to buy everything they need the next round, and Navi is going to be able to build up an even bigger bank now. A flawless round into a 4 guys surviving round, so I mean, this is an opening back into the game for Navi.
Yeah, at 5-2, still got a lot of ways to go. But I'm not sure what you guys think, but I imagine if Navi get up to around 7 rounds in this first half, they can definitely still be in the game. I don't think 7 rounds is great, but I think they're still competitive at that point. And if they get, you know, 9 or more, then it's looking real good, actually.
Oh, wow. If they do a run back like that, that's definitely going to mess with Fnatic's head going into their CT side as well. So if magic happens, we'll have to be aware of it. But right now, Fnatic, they aren't wasting any time. They're going straight into B apartments. JW leading the charge as well. Nade is going to go in. Molotov as well, but he's actually out of the range of the Molotov, so he can kind of sit here and camp and hope that C's is going to go for that jump. We have seen him do it in the past, and we'll see if it's going to happen again. He is currently doing it right now, but I think JW got spotted because he just decides to change up position there.
Zeus looking over the smoke, trying to see if he can catch the angle there. Does a lot of damage and almost drops Olofmeister. And anytime you get a kill on Olofmeister, it's going to be great. And there it is. Crim's going down, Pronax going down. Olof actually did get a return kill on Zeus and continues to spray through. He's solo on health. One good peek here is going to do it, but Olof gets a headshot on Guardian instead, and you've got to wonder, is it even worth it at that point in time for Guardian to peek? They were in a 4v3, everyone on 100% health. All they could really do is give Fnatic back a chance to get into the round here. Still got 45 seconds, the bomb making its way to that B bomb site, and now a lot of it is going to come down to Seized. Again, he's in a pretty good position down here on the catwalk, actually walking right underneath the windows. I love this play because he's got a teammate behind him, I think, sneaking up. JW looking, and now one jumping out there. Seized actually turns for the kill. Edward goes down, but Seized, he's a hero right now. Gonna leave JW alone with 20 seconds. Backup is coming, but Flamey is still a while away, and Seized is playing this so perfectly at the moment. He does jump in, just as I say that, and give it up. As long as he was standing still, I was loving it, and there's Flamey gone down as well. JW to save the round. Fnatic winning a round they absolutely should not have won.
Yeah, Seized shouldn't have gone aggressive. They're jumping to take that peak. He just should have waited like few more seconds for his teammates to arrive than that his teammates could have gone for the revenge kill. So I even wonder if Seized might actually like hit his scroll or something there.
Possible. I mean, you do have those kind of mechanical mistakes that can come into play. So he's still fired up as well from the last round, I think, when he just came through big for his team.
Oh, a missed shot there from Guardian that should not have been missed either. He does leg Pronax finally, and they are pushing fairly aggressively here. Navi, they are going to fall back a little bit. One grenade on Pronax would have ended him, but I don't mind that. I'd rather see Navi try and go for a bit of aggression, do a bit of damage, and then play it safe. I think that's a reasonable choice instead of trying to force the issue like they kind of did last time. Flamey there, going to be taking down Flusher. And once again, Navi can play safe now. They're in a 5v3. I really need to see them fall back and just win this round.
Crims does find Edward, though. That was actually a peek once again over towards mid. So now Fnatic have a little bit of room to breathe. They can pick off Zeus as well. You can see now Crims moving forward, and he's going to catch out the angle. Zeus stuck there. Basically no option for him. He had to win the duel or just die trying. And this time around, well, it's going to be death. And it's a 3-on-3 now for Fnatic. Bomb is still dropped top mid, though, but they are getting to that point now where they need to start pushing for a site. And with 45 seconds left, they're going to send JW back to pick it up.
Yeah, and the flank here from Olofmeister is just going to destroy the defense of Navi.
Yeah, Guardian going down now. Seized the only one playing close to this bomb site. But in about 15 or 10 seconds, he's going to be wrapped around as well from pretty much all angles. They're coming in from the apartments and going rather slowly at it. And there's Olofmeister picking up another kill, leaving Flamey alone. Threat, try and explain to me how come Navi can't get themselves to play defensively? There was Edward going down on catwalk, I think, and Zeus sort of staying around in middle after they're out of 5-3.
Yeah, I was just going to say that they get the 2 entry frags in middle, so they have a good setup to stop the push from underpass. And still they just go for the 1v1 duels in mid after that. And like, you're going to get punished by Fnatic. And as soon as they get 2 kills, they can just boost Olofmeister up in connector, or sorry, the window room. And with 3 players, you can't defend all places at the same time on Mirage. So Just great play from Olofmeister, but also a lot of mistakes there from Navi's side.
Yeah, that's the main issue, and great plays in large part due to mistakes being made by the opponents, right? So this time around, it's Navi to commit them, and it is going to be another round on the board for Fnatic. And so far, this is just looking terrific for them in this first map of the Grand Finals. They are showing that untouchable form that we were speaking about so much during the pregame talk. So it's going to be coming down to that man standing behind Navi. I think he's going to be the one where he'll need to be the one to actually slow things down, call for a timeout perhaps here for Navi sometime soon. If they can't get around after this eco, they need to start thinking what exactly are they trying to achieve here.
Yeah, I think if Starix could yell loud enough when they're in that 5v3 and just simply scream, stop whatever you're doing and just fall back, they would win a couple of these rounds already. So, I mean, actually, I'm really impressed that Navi are getting all these entries. I think at Fnatic's sort of most beastly level, you don't even get a chance to get into the round, but Navi are actually, at least a couple of rounds here, they've started out leading the rounds, and then they've sort of let it go again. And now Fnatic are reaching a really uncomfortable level of rounds here on the T side. 7 is pretty good, and it looks like it's only going to get better as Navi. They have 1 AK and 4 pistols and no armor on 4 of their players either. So,
the bomb is towards B house though, and 3 people on B now for Navi, so Fnatic might actually be going into a stack here.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Zeus pushed into the pit right now, so he's calling out to his mates, hey, there's nobody over here in T-spawn. I'm not seeing anybody setting up for A at this point. Bomb, however, is making its way into mid, and you have 2 guys currently pushed up for connector. They're going to be able to clear out this A site. So, unfortunately for Zeus, they actually just choose a different route onto the bomb site. He's telling his mates to stack B when the bomb is going to get planted A after all.
Oh, Guardian with a good shot there, but you're right, a really good call from Fnatic here, just slowly getting the information and playing around that instead of just gambling, you know, flipping a coin and going to a bomb site. Much better approach right here for the Swedish team. It's going to be in a 3v4 here, and they have picked up some good rifles here, Navi, but they don't have any grenades, they don't have any kits. They're still going to get a headshot on Flusher, and now Crims and JW are left 2v4. JW sneaking up from behind and going to kill the guy defusing the bomb, and that pretty seals the round. No time to defuse, and Crims coming up with a nice triple kill. So not only did Navi not win the round, but they also get to save none of the guns that they had stolen.
Yeah, even though it was a 4 versus 2 there for Navi, they had no kits, they had no Kevlar, they had no nades to work with, so wasn't really a hard round there for Fnatic, but still losing 3 players might actually hurt.
There's the pause. Although I'm wondering if this is a technical timeout or what is actually happening. Who called for it here?
So I really want to ask you, Threat, how, because we're sitting here with sort of an overview and saying, oh, you know, they should be playing more defensively and all that stuff. How is it when you're playing on a stage that's really big like this and the pressure is on? I mean, I'm assuming Navi are thinking, will catch Fnatic off guard, or is there just so much energy on the team once they get the first 2 kills that no one can slow it down?
Yeah, I think actually that's the problem. It's so hard to do the perfect balance, like where you first have to be aggressive in mid to stop their aggression, thin out the numbers for the terrorists, and then just fall back. And it's just so hard to do like the perfect balance of aggression and playing defensive there.
Well, it's something that was brought up at the beginning of the show as well. It's just the fact that Navi don't really have that much experience on the final stage, playing against the world's best. You know, usually this kind of match is happening in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, and then they get eliminated. So making it this deep into a tournament, Navi are still getting used to it. They have some very young players on this roster as well. So we'll keep that in mind here as we progress. But Fnatic, full buy on their side. Navi nearly out of nades already, and we're not even past the minute mark. They have a single smoke here on Zeus. So it is going to come down to the rifle play here, and Guardian holding up close, and Connector could actually catch somebody off guard. Doesn't spot the rifle barrel. I think he did, just barely perhaps.
Yeah, he's going to run away. He doesn't want to fight JW, who was sneaking in there. Flusher still up in the apartments here. It's going to be a good trade, actually back and forth once again. And now it's going to be a 3v3 with Guardian half health, but Olofmeister very nearly there. But we've already seen that even if Olofmeister's on 1 health, he's going to be dangerous. Edward goes down, and that's Crims dropping him. And now it's going to be a 2v3 instead.
And I don't think, well, Flusher definitely showed himself, but there's no way for Flamey to know if he's up in apartments still or not. Has he rotated back into T-spawn? Guardian working his way out onto B. This could just come down to dumb luck. Who catches who? And it's going to be Crims. Guardian checking B apartments, which is the natural thing to do. He gets caught off guard. Flusher will lose the duel to Flamey, however, but still a 1v2 situation. No kit here for Flamey. That bomb needs to get planted right away, but Flamey has a long open stretch to run across before he's anywhere near getting to that bomb site.
Yeah, Crims just toying with him there, just trying to gain some information, and yeah, Flamey's gonna save. There's no way he can win from this position.
Yeah, has to run away. Triple kill on Crims once again. If we bring up the scoreboard here, we're at 8-2. I'm wondering how the situation is looking. It's Crims and Olofmeister, the dynamic duo there, just doing massive work one more time. It's hardly surprising any longer. On the Navi team, I mean, everyone is sort of in the game now. There's no one lacking horribly behind, but they're making some bad decisions along the way.
And if I'm not mistaken, Olofmeister is camping that AWP. He's making sure that you can't go and pick up JW's AWP, Flamey. That's not an option for you. Yeah, he goes ahead and saves it. So even if Flamey was that forward thinking to go ahead and be like, oh, maybe I can save the op for Guardian or something like that, Olofmeister's one step ahead, making sure that that is just not going to be an option. So only gets away with the M4 for Na'Vi, but still, Na'Vi very much on the ropes at this point. Fnatic, this is getting to the point where they're just starting to gain all of the momentum.
Yeah, and Na'Vi have to force by now. I mean, they can't let Fnatic go to double digits as Teal Mirage. Sure, it has become more of a T-sided map recently. You're looking to get at least 6 or 7 now as T, but letting Fnatic go to 10 rounds, that's just going to be disastrous for them.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, Na'Vi with a bit of a tactical timeout here, just trying to talk things over, see how they can get back into it. They're obviously realizing that that this is unsustainable for the long run. I think Edward's catching up on a bit of an apple there as well. Just getting the energy back up level.
I mean, what's interesting, and that's something to note, is that that's a benefit of having a coach behind you. Sarix, Vugo, somebody who can take a step back, who's not necessarily invested in the game, who can take that step back, look at it objectively and say, okay, we're losing our grip here. Time to pause, slow it down, and let's figure out what we need to do. Existence also is just excellent at that, although Nyak does give a word on that as well. I mean, one thing to note is, Dignitas, one of those teams, an up-and-coming team that made it into the playoffs, didn't actually have that going for them. Made it into the playoffs. No, that's not the case, but still, didn't have that going for them. And we saw that kind of affect their game where they weren't taking pauses. They weren't actually slowing the game down. They were just running away with it, right? So I'm glad to see that Starks is able to step in at the right time here before things have completely gotten out of control and to slow down his teammates and allow Zeus a little bit of time to talk things up.
We're actually going to see an eco here from Na'Vi. They're going to let Fnatic go to double digits here.
Yep. Probably going to be a 10th round here. I mean, there's a deal in play. There's still the M4. A good entry frag from, I'm guessing, either Guardian or Flamey would be really valuable at the moment. They did at least get JW down kind of low. Olofmeister in the middle. Going to pick up one. There's 3 more people coming, and he's going to lose the second fight to Flamey, who did drop down to about 42, but then Fnatic, they realize, wait a minute, we've got 3 in the middle. You probably don't have anyone left in the air. We're just going to push in here. Pronax, Flusher, a kill each, which is going to leave Seized and Edward alone, and they should probably, yeah, I mean, Edward running away with the gun over there. It's a smart choice.
Yeah, that's the only choice, really. 1v4, what can he hope to accomplish here? But now, we're going to get to see what they have in mind here, Na'Vi, for the next round. If it's going to be an aggressive push mid, like this one with the pistols, except with some rifles, are they going to try and push into A apartments? We haven't really seen them do that yet. It is something that Na'Vi used to do in the past. Now they seem to favor pushing into Pit with Flamey or Zeus. That seems to be their way of getting information over the site, but I'm curious to see what they're going to do to change up their game right now, because whatever it is, it's not working.
They have to get some picks in middle before Fnatic gets into that connector or before Fnatic gets into that vent room. They did that early in the game. They actually got 2 entry kills. But after that, as Anders said, they should have fallen back to more of like defensive playing style, but they just kept up the aggression in mid. So go for the aggression in mid in the beginning of the round, then just fall back.
And they've already shown us, they've already proven to us that they can actually win fights with Fnatic in the middle. So they have some evidence that that's a viable play. They're going to go for the triple AWP. What a mad play! All right, I guess it is the grand finals, and you want to show that you have a little bit of creativity here. But Guardian not even going to get the shot there. And now it's going to be a 4v4 as Flamey and Zeus. It's not the orbs, it's the rifles, and Pronax brings it back with a double AK kill there. Now it's going to be down to Seized and Edward here, 2v3.
And it's not ideal. This is the reason why you don't see multiple AWPs like this picked up, barring 2, just have 3 rifles to work with, because retaking is extremely difficult. So in a man advantage situation for Fnatic with that bomb planted, and I don't think they've realized that Olofmeister is top mid either. But still, man advantage situation, and now Na'Vi forced to try and hold on to these guns. It just makes it so difficult for them to actually get anything done. If it goes wrong at the beginning of the round, it's really difficult to turn it around with multiple AWPs like this.
Well, now they have to at least save the 2 that they have. I mean, tactical timeout, yes. I mean, Stark saying, hey guys, how about 3 orbs? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe we're the first to think of it, and it's actually really good. Grenade almost drops Edward, and JW gonna make the jump on over to the railing. C-set 75, and not gonna save the AWP. Nice trick from JW. So 3 orbs go down to 1, and Fnatic are crushing and destroying Na'Vi on this map.
He is so sick.
Yeah, he actually abused the fact that when you get hit by an HE, you can't hear, like for a few seconds, and he abused that so he can jump up to the ledge there, as you can see, throw the HE, make the jumping sound, and then kill him from the back. Just genius play from JW there.
Yeah, this is art. An art form right there. I mean, just incredible. And well, now 14th round here. Na'Vi still only on 2 rounds on their CT side of Mirage. Fnatic up on 11, a full bot Fnatic versus once again a Na'Vi that are force buying. No nades on their side. They do have that AWP, but it's going to be FAMAS's and M4s for the rest of the players here. So we'll see what they're capable of. Eating nades is not something Edward wants to be doing right now, though. Down to 58 HP here at the top of the round.
Bomb is rotating back towards B now, so it's just going to be a simple B execute.
Yeah, Flusher sort of playing a lurking role. I'm guessing when people start rotating out of A, Flusher's going to want to shoot them in the back, which is a popular idea, and also a very good one. Seized, who's weirdly opening still, is going to be dropping all of Meister down to 19 health. And I mean, Guardian hasn't been hitting that many shots, so I don't really blame them for trying to switch this up. He's going to spot a couple of people jumping by. I think maybe he just caught a pixel there, and not going to get the second shot. Goes for a third one, and takes down JW. Another flick comes through, but not going to happen this time. And now Fnatic feel like it's time to go. Let's see if Flusher's going to make it work over at the A side as well. Pronax, he goes down, and Flusher jumps in. Perfect timing there, but on the other side of the map, it's not as successful, and the bomb dropped right in front there. Edward, can he catch Olofmeister, who's playing on the other side? Somehow they're not seeing each other.
This is incredible. And Edward could actually walk into this, but he likes to play it safe. Only probably now noticing the time. 15 seconds left here. Flusher needs to go for a big play, but Zeus will shut him down. And it will come down to Olofmeister now with 10 seconds left. He needs to get the bomb plant or 3 kills, and neither of those will happen. Third round picked up for Na'Vi off the back of a force buy, and at least now they have a shot at getting a 4th in the 15th.
So yeah, I mean, this could be 11-4 if it really works out, but that is nowhere near enough. There's almost no way we can really make that sound really exciting. It would have to be the most ridiculous terroricide comeback against a Fnatic team as well on LAN in the grand finals. Something has ever happened, not even close to happened before. So, you know, we've got a chance to make history here at least if we're not happy. Flamey gonna push up and get taken out by Olofmeister. And a bit of a blind shot through the smoke there from Edward. Not gonna catch anybody.
No, Crim's nearly getting that shot in, however. Flamey has been picked up as we saw, but with a minute 15, there's a lot of time here for Fnatic and Na'Vi to bring it back. Edward with the AWP manages to bring Pronax to his knees, and now, well, it's going to be a great push from Zeus into Connector. The return frag not possible. Olofmeister gets caught as well. Zeus doing big damage right now, bringing Na'Vi back into this round. And now Flusher goes down to Guardian. So this is actually brutal. They're just getting picked apart completely here, Fnatic. It's such a shame that it's happening so late in the half here for Na'Vi. A round like this is the kind of round that they needed at the beginning.
It's really weird. I almost feel at this point like Zeus is their most reliable player to get like consistent kills. I kind of wish they just let him do all the opening frags at this point and then have like switch the roles around almost, because everyone else seems to be stuttering a bit too much here. JW last person left, but threat. I'm assuming Na'Vi can win this round with 25 seconds left here on the clock. Question is, second half pistol. How do you make sure you win a pistol round on the T side here?
Yeah, I mean, even if they won the last round now, so it's 11-4. I don't really think Fnatic cares so much about that round, because having 11 rounds going into the CT half, and as you said, must-win pistol here for Na'Vi. The default you usually see in the meta right now is that you go 2 to 4 people down in underground just to gain some presence in the middle, then just fall back to either a B execute or you just walk up the A slope. So show some presence in mid and just fall back to a simple push. So wouldn't be surprised if we see that from Na'Vi.
Guys, I mean, this is it, basically. Na'Vi, first map, and this is a best of 3. We need to remind you, not a best of 5. So you only need 2 maps to pick up the title here. Fnatic, they're off to a terrific start, as we all see, and if they get a 1-0 lead going into this, going into Train as well.
And to remind everybody at home as well, if you tuned in a bit late, this is the map that Na'Vi picked. Fnatic picked Train as the second map, and they were pretty good on it earlier today, so Na'Vi probably have that at the back of their minds too. I love this. It's the double raid boss plate. Seized and Edward, both with armor and tech 9s, and then 2 smokes to set off some sort of play. This is, I mean, you can tell for Na'Vi, they have, this must be like their ace up the sleeve pistol round.
Yeah. Showing some presence in mid first here.
Well, there you go. That's that works. When JW pushes up into your jaws, Edward is like, yes, I'll take that kill. Thank you very much. And now, hardly taking any damage at all. Na'Vi have the advantage in this round at least. So, it comes down to whether Fnatic can now land the headshots. All of them have USPs. I do believe Edward might have got spotted again there. But it's going to be C's taking point here in B Apartments. And right now, Fnatic are just playing. This is the kind of game that Na'Vi needed to be playing as well, basically. Not giving any kind of advantage back towards Na'Vi, not giving them any further kills, just waiting patiently, running down this clock, allowing Na'Vi to drive onto the site.
They have those two smokes in hand. One of them is going to go up. I think, yeah, that's just short, so just making sure they can run up here, but they got to reroll that Wolfmeister. And he's looking for a kill. Not going to get it just yet. Last one, not going to get that unless he's trying to reload. Seized is going to come in and cancel that straight away. Crim's playing CT spawn, looking for a headshot here. And Flusha's taking one in return, but the bomb has gone down. Crim's picking up a kill finally as Pronax falls in the window. It's looking dire for Fnatic at the moment. They have a kid still on Crim's, and it's very important. He's close to the bomb side as well, so they've got a little time to work with here, Fnatic, but not a lot. And look at the after-plant positions here from Na'Vi. This is really good work. All they have to do is play it safe, and they'll be just fine. It's almost impossible for Fnatic to do this, and you can tell they realize now, wait a minute, there's nobody on the side. They're playing all across the board. Flamey picking off one. That bomb is being defused, but no, not going to happen. Cancelled at the end. Flamey, very, very smart play there. For once, Na'Vi really sticking to the smart route.
Yeah, crucial entry frag there from Edward in middle, just waiting for JW to make that push up to middle. I wonder if they actually knew that JW actually do that if they show no presence in mid early. So great entry there from Edward.
And that off the back of Fnatic really trying to dominate bottom mid, looking towards underpass, expecting some kind of mid split to come through from Na'Vi early on in the round. So JW clearly getting a little impatient, and we actually have that force buy coming out from Fnatic as well. So both of these teams electing to do this on their CT side if they lose the pistol. So 3 CZ75s picked up for Fnatic, a scout and a 5-7. That's their arsenal. And Na'Vi calmly taking over mid, actually. There's that smoke going down top connector, and I imagine Zeus will try and walk up there to clear that, and that's actually going to get eyes up on short. But they realize that Fnatic in time to throw down a smoke.
Very forward position there in Palace from Wolfmeister, getting a lot of info, actually.
JW very nearly chasing down Zeus, and obviously the one CZ75 we have to look for here is Flushers, just because that did some damage earlier in the tournament. JW sneaking close to the edge of the smoke. That's actually a play he loves doing, and he takes down Edward. As sort of a secondary thought toward the initial push there, he just drops him. He's finally going to go down. Pronax with a wonderful pop flash, takes him out, picks up the AK, sprays that on the target, and finally he's going to go down. Bomb will be planted, but look at how far apart the Na'Vi members are. Fnatic, they're going to be coming in from either side, and Zeus, yeah, I mean, I hope it's going to be planted for sure, but it's not even gone down yet, and if Crims doesn't, or if he wins that fight, it's probably all over, and now they make another really good call here. Smart play from Zeus.
Yeah, that's based off of him being at top mid when Wolfmeister was running through through T-spawn rather. He heard him running. He knew exactly where Wolfmeister was coming from, and yet Wolfmeister hits the jump shot on Guardian. Sorry, Zeus, you're not going to have a safe place to hide this time. You're going to have to get the job done yourself. And with 8 seconds left, Zeus trying to take as much of that as possible, forcing Wolfmeister out into the open, who's trying to get that pressure on. Does he get the guess right, though? No, he realizes left side here, Wolfmeister. He's going to be able to box Zeus in, but he's running out of bullets. Gets the reload. He has the time, and he wins the duel. Wolfmeister comes through. And Zeus instantly looking to Guardian there. That is not a round you can afford to lose.
And the fact that Wolfmeister realizes so fast what's going on, he rotated so quickly to a connector, he actually managed to cut the guy, jumping with the bomb up on the site. There is just great decision making there from Wolf.
That's actually one of the reasons why when people start saying Wolfmeister is the best player in the world, initially I sort of ran that through my mind and thought, wow, people just looking at all the frags he's getting, are people just looking at his aim? But it is this decision making. It's the really insane level of game awareness. It's like a combination of everything that makes him such a powerful player. And then the fact that obviously if he picks up an AWP too, he can do that as well. It's really scary to have to deal with.
He's the full package, man.
That round is almost certainly what actually wins Fnatic this map. I mean, maybe Na'Vi could have built a comeback in some way. They could have got up to 7-12, there was a chance. But now it's looking real bad here. JW with a scout inside, and Cream is trying to defend. He's going to go down to Flamey. Tech9 with a headshot there, and JW missing a shot. He should be going down here on the smoke, and eventually he will. Flamey picking up a second kill, and finally Olaf comes in with one flush of the return. It's going to be down to a 3v3, no bomb plant yet. Na'Vi need this round. It's the only thing that's going to keep them alive. Edward coming around the corner, taking a kill, but he's alone. Drops another one, 2 bullets left, and he has time to reload. It's currently a double. It's going to have to be a triple. He knows where Olafmeister is, and he's going to crouch and gets the kill. What a nice triple kill from Edward. Gonna seal the deal.
The pistol master.
Yeah, the pistol master indeed.
And that's got to sting a little bit for Wolfmeister, right? That he just got Tech9 to the face. So something to keep in mind there. Edward, 3 kills at the end of it, and just the key round.
Fight fire with fire and all that.
Exactly, right? I mean, this is just perfectly played. Olaf walks right into it, but Edward, too calm, too cool, and that keeps Na'Vi in the running. Now, it is going to be the counter force by coming out by Fnatic, though. I love it, man. This is now going to turn into the all-out brawl between both of these teams. Who's going to be the team to crack first and be forced to eco full? As Fnatic are once again on the pistols and an aggressive underpass play here. Olafmeister spots the elbow and he wins the duel. Zeus down, and now Olafmeister has a gun to work with on top of everything else.
But he's trapped in here, so if he runs back middle, there should be someone waiting for him to come on out, and he's down to 19 now. But being Olafmeister, he kind of saw that coming as well. He was not just going to run back out. And the great thing is Na'Vi's spending a lot of time and a lot of resources running around here, and the rest of Fnatic are actually trying to capitalize on that. You can see Pronax moving up. This is like the Fnatic hive mind. Everyone is working together without even talking. This is beautiful stuff. And Seized is going to be dropping, or be dropped there by Pronax. That is just such a smart play. We can almost at least halfway credit Olafmeister with that kill as well, just because he stayed alive. And Flusher does go down. Now it's going to be a 3v3 here, and Flamey in the window gets dropped. That was a Deagle headshot by Crims. What the hell is going on? Na'Vi, they have this one chance one more time. It's going to be a 2v3.
And there's a rifle picked up on Pronax. Now he's got that M4. But the Deagle on Crims, the P250 on JW. We saw how ineffective JW was with the P250 in the last round, so we'll see if he can actually land some shots this time around as Fnatic start to converge on mid, going straight up connector. No time wasted at all. They quickly realize where this bomb has been planted. And now all three members gathered up here for Fnatic. 2 through connector, 1 through jungle, and Guardian just trying to watch through CT, hoping to get lucky to catch somebody out in the open. Instead, he loses his teammate. JW picks it up. Edward is gone, and now it's going to be Guardian in a 1v3 hold. He needs them to line up, and they nearly do, but he's too low on HP, and he can't get the job done. Plenty of time for the defuse here for Fnatic, and they will be able to save both guns as well. 13 rounds on the board now for the Swedes.
And I agree with Anders. It was actually Olafmeister who won that round, getting the first entry kill and then surviving for so long. If you have like 20 HP, you're stuck in underground, and like all you have to do is just maximize damage. And that's exactly what Olafmeister do. Like, I cannot kill anyone from this position, but I can take time away from them.
Yeah. I actually do think Guardian could have played that 1v2 at the end. I think he has to take the fight initially, but that 1v2, if he had just stayed hidden a little while longer, because they were quite far away when the bomb went down, and they didn't have a kit picked up, they didn't have any grenades to zone him up with. Some things could have worked. That's wonderful entry from Flamey there. I think he was just a bit of an edge of the smoke there where you could see something. Zeus going to drop JW as well. Now they're not just going to roll over here, but it's so very near the edge. You're still having a hard time discovering how they might actually make it back, but they're certainly fighting for it.
They're putting up one hell of a battle, and Olafmeister just spots the edge of Zeus there, and he's going to be able to pick up a kill. Easy, free, no problem at all. Bringing it back to a 3-on-3. Remaining players here for Na'Vi are all in mid. So we'll see where they decide to take this fight now as the smoke is going to clear up on short, and Flusha is gone. Olafmeister, though, stands tall, takes out Edward, brings it back to a 2-on-2, and they still have some nades to play with here, Fnatic. There's the pop flash, full flash, and a free kill, and he nearly gets another one, but Olafmeister survives. That's the important bit. Pronax now still alive on that B site, wondering when he's going to come here to help out his mate, and he is starting to push short behind Guardian. And there's the Molotov, forcing Guardian out in the open.
Once again, Olaf, when he realizes he can't do much, he's just trying to buy time. Gonna go down eventually, it's Guardian, but that play, very, very reminiscent of what was happening in the underpass. He's just a very intelligent player in that sense. Bomb gonna go down, and Pronax is gonna miss the timing by just 3 seconds, but Guardian is even gonna realize Pronax walking in. He's right behind him, and this might be it. Pronax with a perfect flank there to take out Guardian. That's gonna be 14-6, and Fnatic very close with the first map here. You have to admire all the tiny details in Olafmeister's play here. It's just like, it's like a one-man symphony almost.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as he's stuck in this corner, like he gets the 2 first kills, there's no way he's getting out. He knows that Guardian is just gonna hold this angle, and as soon as just force Guardian to go close to him. It's just the perfect play there from Olafmeister.
That nasty pop flash as well. I mean, what is that business? Olafmeister, you're coming up with everything that's crazy, man. And now it's going to be 14 rounds for Fnatic. They're 2 points away from picking up the first map in this series. And Na'Vi now going back to the basics. It looks like it's going to be another A smoke round coming out from them. They want to execute this a little bit quicker here, actually, changing up the pace as the smokes start to rain in on this A site. 2 players holding, but neither of them within the smoke radius, so it's going to get a little bit tricky here for Fnatic.
Olafmeister playing this position again, and this is one of his expert positions, playing this ticket booth. He's so good at it, it's really scary. And he's looking over the smoke right there, gonna spray it, very nearly dropped Zeus. Bomb is inside the bomb site, and they're not putting it down. There we go, finally gonna be at it. Now, See if Fnatic can retake it. They're actually pretty far away, at least a couple of them out before the bomb goes down, so they're going to have to get into position before they can participate in the retake here, but C's getting dropped, and it's going to be a 4v5 now.
They're very low as well. Zeus goes out into the open, catches a man open. Left, there's the HE that goes out, and that does the damage. JW will return, and it's into a 2-on-2 as Flamey does work from pit. Pronax will remove him, but Guardian at the back. And now it's going to be that 1v1 situation, but Crims, so much HP, just challenges fearlessly. Knows that Guardian is low, wins that fight straight up, and that is pretty much the round that will tomb Na'Vi. Luckily for them, they did get the bomb plant, so they will have a little bit more money to work with in this last round. It's not going to be a hard eco.
Yeah, patient play there for Fnatic. When the smokes just go down there on A, you should just do as Fnatic did there. Just wait for them to disappear, just stack all 5 players, and then go for the retake. You actually see a lot of teams just try to force themselves through the smokes there, and that actually kind of separates them from their teammates. So great play there from Fnatic once again.
Well, Na'Vi with the rifles at this point. A few flashes to work with, a single smoke on Zeus. And Flamey looking to reproduce that magic from the last round, but it's not meant to be this time. Instead, Guardian gets tagged down to 13, and Crims changes up his position just as he was able, perhaps, to find the timing to get the punish there. Goes for Connector instead. We lose JW early on, but that doesn't seem to be the end of the world. Crims caught reloading, and all of a sudden, Na'Vi looking pretty good here in this round, managing to do some damage.
Yeah, at least they're a man up, but also Guardian without really no one help. A lot of Mike is going to be jumping Scout close range. Zeus on the other side. Okay, 2 can play at that game, and Pronax and Flush are going to be left. Flush left on 1 health. They're looking like a Na'Vi round. I'd be stunned if they couldn't win from this position. The bomb is going to go down in A while Edward is keeping everyone else occupied over at the B bomb site. So this is pretty much as much of a win as you can get here. Edward with the double, and Pronax all alone.
Now Edward knows where the second man is. So this makes it very easy for Na'Vi. They can go out and hunt all they want. Second flash brings in. Edward wins that fight. No problem at all, and no support either from his teammates. They were all hanging around in Connector, so it seemed like they were trying to just make sure that the last man, Pronax, couldn't wrap back onto short to see if he could get anything done on that A site. Good thorough play regardless coming out from Na'Vi now, and they actually keep their hopes alive a little bit longer here.
And it was a 1v1 last round, I think, with Crims on the A site there, so Fnatic probably pretty low on money, but considering they're up 15-7, they can just go for the, like, maybe even the double eco here.
Yeah, they are under no pressure to go for anything crazy. I mean, in the Fnatic, you sometimes get the feeling they actually like doing it. But, yeah, they could just play this super safe. I mean, go for the AWP on JW or on Olofmeister, or whoever wants to pick it up. And at least it's looking decent for Na'Vi right now. And we always wonder, Threat, in this position, what's to gain from Na'Vi here? Can they at least put a bit of distance between this map and the second map, and maybe also, I mean, cool down Fnatic a little bit? Let's say this goes back to, like, you know, 15-13, and then Fnatic finally win. Will Na'Vi still have gained anything?
I think you just have the mindset, we're going to take 1 round at a time. So just focus on this round. Don't, like, think that they have 15 rounds. Just do 1 round at a time and see what happens.
Yeah, shout out to Natu as well. Yeah, but that, I mean, that mentality, it sounds so easy, but I bet it isn't. Another round here, you did call it, could go for the double eco, they did go for it. Pronax rushing in, 5-7, that's a nice flashbang, he takes 1, and somehow Guardian didn't realize what was going on. I think it's only when Zeus made the call, he actually made that 90-degree turn, and now it's going to be a 4v3 actually, a 3v3 as Cease gets that killed.
And that's the bomb dropped as well up in apartments. Cease is going to have to stand his ground and take this fight. Edward trying to work his way up, going to get a free kill on a JW, who really hasn't had too much of an impact actually for Fnatic in the last few rounds. It's going to be Olofmeister managing to pick up an AK here that was left all by its lonesome, and now he's going to be the 1-man versus the 3 remaining Na'Vi players. But that bomb is still up in A apartments, so he could actually, with a bit of a luck, look at this, he could get the kill for free. They have no idea. He gets the first one, gets the second. Oh no, Olofmeister in a 1v1. He's got it right where he wants him as well. Seized, still has to make his way up there to get the bomb. And Olofmeister already changing it up. He's going to be in the apartments.
This is so high-level play from Olofmeister.
Supreme. I mean, this is the perfect way to end it. If he really makes this work, he's going to walk in, but doesn't get it done. That would have been, I mean, a really well-deserved way for Olofmeister to take it down in a 1v3. But you can tell how lethal he is. Yeah,
it was actually the Kevlar there that made the difference. Yep. You can actually see this crosshair was just bumped a bit off of, I think it was Cease there in the 1v1. But great attempt, though.
That's just wild, wild stuff. And that's what we expect to see from Olofmeister. He's still leading the charge for Fnatic and keeping it very interesting for all of us here tuning in. So,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's really close to the 30 fracks if he hasn't already gone past that. I know it was a 24 in the 19th round, so I'm guessing he probably is. All right, 27. He pulled down a little bit here, but still very, very impressive stuff for Olofmeister. Krim sneaking close to the smoke. Got to be really careful in case he gets spotted, but I think he actually, well, that's in the middle. Zeus has gone down to about 18 health. Bomb being picked up in T-spawn and actually dropped again there. Seized, didn't want to deal with that. And now he's still looking for an entry.
Krim's manages to get back to safety before that smoke clears up, so no free kill there for Flamey, no entry onto the A site. Na'Vi looking to split it through here, though. They're going to be able to put some guys up through connector, through pit, through apartments. They're just going to converge on the bomb site when the time comes. 50 seconds left, though, so they are starting to run out of time, and a tag goes out there onto Olofmeister, dropping him down to 11 HP. Krims, however, will take out Zeus as he pushes up connector, and now they begin to play Guardian, trying to back his mate, coming from pit.
Yeah, just about 35 seconds, so Guardian, or Na'Vi trying to make it into the bomb side. Krims, again, playing that connector. He's just so damn good at it. Picking up a second kill on Edward, and now going to flash his way into the bomb side. Olofmeister going to pick up Seized. It looks like Fnatic are on the way to a first map here. Double kill, and Guardian last man standing. Fnatic, they steal Mirage away, and they make it look easy as well. Convincing and overwhelming victory for Fnatic. No question at all that that was going to happen in their minds.
And that's a pretty clear statement essentially made there by Fnatic, that this is their turf, that they are not afraid. Every single play coming through there, it's just, it oozed confidence. And that's the Fnatic that you essentially, that's the champion team right there. At no point did they look afraid, at no point did their game get affected. They just went through the motions essentially. And Olofmeister, of course, just going completely ham.
Absolutely mad. Thorin, I was watching your faces as that was concluding. Every time Olofmeister did anything, I could see a sort of a little smile of appreciation there. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it was nuts, obviously. I mean, Fnatic as a whole were totally on, but his game was on. I mean, you could see he almost closed the game out from a 1v3 where he probably shouldn't even be in that situation at all.
That's like I was saying just before the game started, you know, Fnatic are unbeatable. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Who can challenge them, mate?
That was Na'Vi's map, remember? They picked that map.
Me too.
Yeah.
But no, it was hugely impressive from Fnatic. Even if the scoreline, you know, again, you know, looks like maybe Na'Vi, you know, got some rounds. It could have been a close. Nah, it was just complete control and dominance from Fnatic from start to finish.
Yeah, I was about to say, even in the most, I really do think that there were at least 2 or 3 rounds in that first half when Na'Vi were playing on the CT side that should have been sort of very clear Na'Vi rounds where they get the 2 entry frags and then they keep fighting and losing at 3v5. But even if we grant them the extra 3 rounds there, and let's even say in like a super optimistic world, they force another eco on Fnatic, so they get another round, so they're up to 4 now. I still don't see them winning this game. Fnatic still was so much better that I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, sadly.
And this is the terrifying thing, like when you play in Fnatic, you know, you get into these, and we've actually criticised Na'Vi for this in a few instances. You know, they get these numerical advantages, and they don't capitalise on it. And Fnatic's a team that, you know, as we just saw there with Olofmeister right at the end, it doesn't matter if the numbers are against you. They got the players to just take you down.
Well, once again, it just seems like both operas, we might as well remove them from the map. The impact that they had was just so minimal. Guardian and JW both. JW, multiple occasions where you could have picked up kills, they could have changed the round. That didn't happen. And Guardian, where was Guardian? So these kinds of situations, they just can't come to the fore when you're talking about star players, key players. In Na'Vi's case, I mean, Guardian is the star player for Na'Vi. He needs to be the one pulling the Olofmeister there, where he's the one who's managing to get like 2, 3 kills around, turning everything in his team's favor. That just did not happen.
I don't know if you see a similarity, Duncan, but I just feel like maybe it's almost reminiscent of the time when Nip could get into these 3v5 situations. You could always count on Forrest or Get Right to pick them out.
This is something I was going to bring up, actually, which is when it almost feels like Na'Vi's style is entirely countered by Fnatic's styles. Not just that Fnatic's better, which they are, but if you notice in this game here, both on CT and T, when you had those really slow portions where the terrorists, whoever it was playing them, is just walking down the middle, checking every corner, and then if you have one fight there, communication gets relayed and the CTs readjust. As CT, Fnatic has that Nip quality where the longer you take, like the more time you give them to make a decision once they have a piece of information, they make the right decision each time. That's the same reason why Nip always used to win those CT rounds. It's like as soon as, even if you get the first kill, they definitely trade it back or they're repositioned so they're ready for wherever they're going to enter from. And they just picked you apart on Terrace side really slowly. It's actually quite bizarre that teams go so slow on Terrace side and are so successful. And then on CT side, you saw like Krims when he's playing there. He's always looking in the right position. Like, the guy could come behind him and kill him, and that's the round totally broken up. It never happens, it feels like. Or if it does, he gets killed, but then JW's looking the right angle. So that's like a mixture of amazing communication, but also like crazy synergy between players. That can't all be communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Any signs there, Duncan, of Na'Vi? Any positives that they can feed on? You know, obviously they're going to be having a break now. They're going to be having a huddle. They're going to be talking about, you know, next map. What can we do? It's trains. Is there anything there that makes you think?
I mean, they took a pistol round. That was good. Unfortunately, Fnatic came straight back with the CZs and killed them. Now the problem is that's obviously even worse for Na'Vi than I expected. Okay, I guess in terms of score, it's what I expected, but I expected Na'Vi to be in it a bit more, like to be trading rounds back and forth, not to get like 6-round runs on them and stuff. So that's not a great sign at the moment. As a result, though, I still feel like, okay, the next map, maybe Guardian can do something now. Because the thing I've always said about Guardian is he's not really like the consistent series performer. Usually they lose series against the best team, but he'll give you one map. Like, he'll have the one map. Now, in the past, it's usually Dust 2 or something, you know? He goes crazy on that, but then you win the third map. So maybe on Train, maybe he can come alive now, because he didn't really do a whole lot that game.
No, he was quiet, and that's worrying for Na'Vi, you know, very reliant on him. Anyway, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a 10-minute break, just 10. We're going to get back into it. So Fnatic versus Na'Vi, Grand Final DreamHack Summer. Be sure to join us.